Right, we're back. What died? Okay, this feels extra light. Yeah, it's extra light. No, it's not, apparently. Hmm. Setting that just themselves? I don't know. Might just be louder music. Right, I need to check what is the... Subdued Ethiopian wolf was destroyed by a longbowman. Must be one of the subdued animals I had over here. Yeah, that's probably it. Anyway. Yeah, it's time to start setting up railways. With this, units can move 7 tiles. Well, it uses up a seventh of a movement point, approximately. In all honesty, it's probably 0.15 movement points, because that feels like the most reasonable. Building given for free, but in the same continent by Grand Central Station. Okay, so perhaps I should avoid building it. Yeah. I will still need to build it in other locations, but it gives a good reason not to. Unless I want to build it in Mononesia. Neonesia instead of Mononesia. Yeah, I think I should go with that instead. Yeah, that feels like a better idea. Grand Central Station. Yeah, it's just a random national wonder. Okay, I need to find a city that has a reasonably good situation, insofar as that is concerned, and then, yeah. Yep, stolen, subdued bison. You are not going to last. Yeah, I just need to find a good city to build it in. One that has already most of the buildings it needs, or if not all of them. Let's search for the treasure. Why not? It'd be interesting. I think cabbages might be a good idea. Yeah, let's drop the science stuff and check production. Okay, streetcars at the cannery and the city council. And build the Grand Central Station. It will also apply to new cities, so that will severely help with dealing with that. Ooh, donkey herd. Help the new cities build stuff, because it is 3 production. It's not much on its own, but it will help. Because very early on, 3 production is quite a bit. Of course, once I get the tannery and whatnot, it's and the mining cap, etc. It doesn't become nearly as much, but I think I'll have you automated to build infrastructure. Do not build forts everywhere, please. Oh hey, a missing enclosure. Neat. Okay, Metropolitan Administration. You do still need the railway station because you are definitely not the same continent as Mononesia. Sadly, there is no way to know for 100% certain, but I figure that's the case. I think that's a good production queue. Construction queue. Okay, you need a factory, parts maker. The Imperial Fortress gives +3. You are definitely not the same continent as Mononesia. So, oh wait. This. There we go. So let's get that greenhouse and public health agency out of the way. That was two things. What was the other thing? I know for a fact one was a bison. Captive civilian. It's the big game hunter causing a mess over here. Opium. I don't know if I have that. Well, it's a very good reason to look into. And oh, neat. Let's get you to 14 movement points. Don't burn them all in one turn. Well, actually, you should burn them all in one turn. Sorry about that. It's kind of the idea, isn't it? Give me a minute. There we go. Okay. Fur farm. Neat. Kano. Presume that's the correct way to pronounce that. Okay, that takes a turn, that takes 2. So these are evidently better in efficiency. And everything else falls off after that. Even this. Road signs, Imperial Fortress, Lyceum, Railroad, streetcars, cannery, ornithopterary. Start with the butchery. biodiversity is too important to really skip. And have I built the community garden? Because that's one is very much something I want built. Okay, no. I'd be smart to do some one-turn stuff as well. That stuff's easy enough. Plus anything that also provides a decent quantity of food. Yeah, okay, that should be good for the city. Refining probably won't affect anything important over there, so... Station, streetcars... Okay, gold smelter first, then. Agricultural extension. Counting firm. Water pumping station, modern granary. Just to get things to go fast. Faster. Giraffe trainer. Okay, can I place you somewhere interesting that's unlikely to cause you to get murked by animals? Okay, Pyrrha needs Wonders of the Deep. Let's hope it gets there.
There's an ocean of oil under our feet, and no one can get to it but me.
Oil. Famously considered a casus belli nowadays. Okay, I already have screw propeller. Plato's Academy isn't nearly as powerful as Leonardo's workshop. I am going to miss the scientist slots. But the press agency is going to help me more. That's gonna be, yeah, World News Network is mass media. Which actually isn't as far ahead as I thought. It's atomic. Why do you place me over here? Yeah, mass media is actually fairly early in atomic. No, it is not. It's okay. Well, it's still in the first half, that's for sure. It's around the middle. So, at the very least, in cities that don't have a lot to produce, it's a good idea to build those. Up until I can get to the point where World News Network isn't a big deal. Blarney Castle also isn't a problem. Although, yeah, it becomes a question of when am I willing to give up having Leonardo's workshop in favor of more production? Because electricity gives me more production, civil engineering, once I get modern sanitation, also gets me more production. Although I could get modern sanitation now. Which gives me the unifying building of funerary services. Ooh. Now that's interesting. Also water treatment plant and waste compactor, possibly. Well, the water treatment plant. Yeah, that water pollution reduction is fairly important. Also, yet another thing. Public restrooms, fire hydrants. or to reduce flammability. Modern medicine. Yeah. That replaces the weather vanes. Yeah, Morse code. There's also civil engineering, which gets me 6 more production out of the engineering school and the university. And a bunch of new housing buildings. It's also imperialism. Still requires steel, though. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll do those two first, and then figure something else out. On the other hand, industrial farms, fine. No, I need organic chemistry for modern sanitation. Ooh, this gets trickier and trickier. I could go for labor unions. Do you stop plopping me at random, dropping me off at random? Oh, wait. Try something. Okay. As long as it opens, it moves to there. Giant scroll bar problems. Yeah. Okay. So, what to do? What to do? What to do? Just wildlife conservation, but the effects aren't useful enough to really justify it outside of maybe as stall potential. Yeah, fine. Let's go for labor union. I'm going to put off steel for a little bit longer. Let me handle it, okay? I'll figure out the order of things myself. Yeah, I'm gonna also automate infrastructure. You're still actually building things, so... We'll remove the savannah. I won't get nearly as much production, but that's also going to remove savannah, isn't it? Yep. Yeah. Fine. Oh yeah, now that I have refining, I definitely need to start building that too. Refineries. Hydrocarbon well, we'll remove the young forest. I can replace that though. I can absolutely replace it. Blood dance. No, 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 no. Okay. City? Yep. Factory. Greenhouse. Public health agency. And I need a bank. Where is the bank? There it is. Should be long enough for this city. I wish it would stop doing just a random coral reef. Because it was a ship that was sitting around over here, I think. Sure, it's cheap, I guess. Merely the amount of benefit that these give me is very, very small now, if they can't build a building. Ah, managed to make it to puree. Good. Ah, again. It is actually very useful to upgrade to railroads because railroads give mines and quarries and lumbermills an extra production. Black rhinoceros folklore. That's new. I have no idea if I have opium, so I'm just gonna go ahead and build that. There's a lot of animals that stacked up here. Another 10,000 down the drain in order to maintain the factory building. Sapphire. Nice. It just appeared in one of the mountain mines. And that automatically makes it far more valuable, at least in gold. You're safe there. I need my railroads. Yeah, Lammy isn't actually big enough to use all the tiles that I've already improved, so it's not that important that everything gets built. Okay, just need to double check. Yeah, Bioricky's on Mononesia, not Neonesia. Although there again, the question of what is a continent and what isn't is harder to define, because I know the continents are defined somewhere, but I don't think it's actually specified where exactly, if it's even visible. Don't need that toggle. Show tiles. Are those all the map options? This is globe view. Oh. Yeah, looks like it's all the map options. Yeah, it's difficult to know what is defined as a what, as a continent and what isn't, because the game just doesn't tell you anywhere. You have to make estimates. Although I do believe it goes by the very simple definition of connected land, which is extremely simple and very nice to deal with. Are you finished celebrating yet? Thank you. That should be good. I wanted to do, no, I can't think of anything. Because I left some stuff behind. Yes, right, I wanted to set up a hydrocarbon well. It's actually going to give me less than the lumber mill. Perhaps I shouldn't build it everywhere. Yeah, I think these two tiles just weren't touched at all. Because they were out of reach for the longest time. That's no longer the case, so fill it in. This is prime farming land. Plus it will spread the irrigation to that other farm, which is very much a good thing. I just need a moment. I wonder if it's... Apparently not quite. Huh. Okay, I need to take the time to set something up. Do not worry, I will be back. Perhaps before you even know it. Clickety, 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 and there, and that, and... Sure, that should work. Okay. Alright, let's put a hydrocarbon well there too. It's going to be helpful. Having multiple sources is just generally a good idea. Oh yeah, I do... Something I've been wanting to look at. I have 4% of the land. Oh yeah, right, space map. Space is a weird sort of land, isn't it? I think it's actually technically considered as land because it's not an aquatic tile. And you can build cities in space. Is that a spoiler? I don't know. I don't think it's that important to spoil what you can and can't do, especially in this game. Drat. Sorry. Just dragging windows around. Ah, the road's done. I think I've got the entomology lab in every city now. All in Ethiopia. So. Da 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 ba 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 bum. Wonders of the Deep.
Not everybody trusts paintings, but people believe photographs.
We're actually getting to the point where this is no longer true because, well, photo editing exists and it has existed for a while. But it's starting to become so ubiquitous that it's... People just have stopped believing photographs nowadays. At least a lot less. They believe it a lot less than they used to in the past. Which is probably a good thing considering how, well, it is. I think that exploring unit came into port specifically to wait for an upgrade, so I'll go ahead and give you it. Oh, free boar camp. Wetland combat, there's a lot of wetland and wetland adjacent terrain here. Yeah, the railroad gives increased production and commerce to the lumber mill. Natural gas. Yeah, the turns still aren't as bad as they could be. Believe me, it can get way worse. Very easily. Sit over here and handle this tile. It's a perfect spot for a mine. What now? Railroad, streetcars, cannery, because, yeah, that's Axum in the corner, so... This is the Ozia, which shouldn't be affected by the Grand Central Station. Photography studio, which replaces the portrait painter. Okay, what's here? Tattoo parlor. Do we already have the ball hunters on? Tune in it. Okay. Yeah, certainly seems to be the case. Alright. Let's also get that granary out and water tower so that I can build that water pumping station in order to further increase population growth. Because this is around the time where city populations can really explode thanks to new stuff. It's always the new stuff. Okay, the levy is insanely good. Plus 20 production. It's far more effective than all the other options. Oh, Rosie. Yeah, that's most of the tiles being production. Okay, right, we're at best efficiency right now is 1 for every 3. Okay, the foundry is better efficiency from the looks of it. Than that, but not the factory. So factory first, then foundry, then need to keep an eye on the carriage builder. And the Imperial Fortress. The Imperial Fortress is at 1 every 4, so carriage builder is at 1 every 4 as well. Ish. Well, it's still more efficient, so carriage builder. Clockwork Workshop is the same. And the Imperial Fortress. These 5 are costs. Not the oil lamps. I'm actually getting the gas lamps soon, which gives me more production. 2 more production even. So it's better not to actually grab it just yet. Wait, no railroad station. I should get that automatically. Should. There's no guarantee on that one, but okay, pay for stuff like that. Commercial port emporium. Now, I need to ensure that I can build that as well. So build these 2, and that should be enough in order to build the... No. There. It's also a smart idea to build a small slaughterhouse, so I could, in theory, in the future, build a rendering plant. That one is fairly important. For fairly obvious reasons. At least I would so hope. Right. Okay. I just need to wait for this to finish in order to see if I can get that done. Maybe. No. Yeah, it's fine. I need to just sit here like this, and that, and that, and okay. Lumber mill. Oh, Sitting Bull is finishing up cultures. Okay. Sulfur requires a shaft mine. Okay, so I can build a non-irrigated farm or a factory. Yeah, or some suburbs. Farm. Seems like the best single option. Marine Institute, Center for Whale Studies. As for why I use the dolphin for that, well, dolphins and whales are both aquatic mammals. They're extremely similar, honestly. And all that. After all, it was the same. They split off from the. They eventually split off from the same species that went back into the sea as mammals. Okay, firearms. Alright, journalism is coming up next. Ooh! Fish pens. Neat. Right. Now, if I go into Honolulu's city view, the amount required, yeah. It is growing faster. 16 turns is, for this speed, not that long. Alright, let's get those to production, and then let me just set up another settler. Where's the colonist? Sharpshooter. No. Is there something preventing me from... There you are. Okay, here you are. Gosh. Okay. This is ludicrous. These are about equivalent, so... This is Koror, so there we go. You, and you. I need to build these two things, also modern granary. And I need a bank. And a water tower. Okay. That should be good enough to handle whatever comes next. Wonders of the deep. Neat. New enclosure. Fish pens. Rebuild the young forest. Not rebuild, replant, whatever. Manta rays are not useful for anything else. They're really not. And there we go, I've got gas lamps available now. That might be less flammable, I don't know. Okay, let's get those out of the way. The fish pens are still too expensive to really build them. At least I think so. Yeah, this is southern Melanesia. Okay. Khoisan probably. Yeah, okay.
A long life in journalism convinced me many presidents ago that there should be a large airspace between a journalist and the head of a state.
Oh, the typewriters factory. And also the newsstand. Of course, press agency. I do need an officium for that to be built. Well, that's fine. It's yet another reason to build officiums. Platinum. Yeah, this is Ethiopia. So this, and this. I'm not sure if the city's big enough to have the press agency quite yet. Could have a couple more techs come in anyway, so. Because I really wasn't waiting. Fine. Institute. Since my finances are looking good, it's the perfect time to set up another one of those cities. Oh, good. Some more enclosures. Burnets, pistachios. Don't remember having pistachios. Ah, great. Yep. Music cuts out again. Here you are. Yeah, this is a mono-niche. I recognize the terrain well enough to be certain of that. Water granary, water pumping station. Anything more I can handle later. Actually, let's get that accounting firm. Oh, okay. Alright, actually, I think perhaps I should do the Blood Hunters as that first. It's cheap and easy. Oh yeah, I need to build a water tower. Where's the water tower? There it is. Okay. Does seem like the city has an officium already, so that's not something I need to worry about. Yeah, I could build the press agency, then it has time for officium. So I'm not at the point where I have modern offices. And there's a resource that I didn't see appear. Oh, there's 10 ore here. Great. And now I have to replace what's on the tile. Ooh. Oh yeah, right. Wake you up. You have to handle a lot. Or just automate infrastructure and come back later. Hoping it doesn't end up doing something that it shouldn't have. There we go. Okay. That was weird. Just certain system elements interacting with each other in odd ways. That's what it was. Oh, the oil refinery. Yeah, that's a reason to extract oil. You need a factory and river access. It's not useful yet, but it gives plus 20% production when given power, so. You're in a generally colder environment, so the solution is fairly obvious on what to do. The tenor is just too valuable. It gives too much production, so. Pretty much everything dangerous is a gunpowder unit, so everything remotely having a chance of being dangerous is a gunpowder unit, so pinch will work wonders. Gas lamps. Culture. Okay. Press the key beforehand. Then musket and pioneer. It's getting to the point where I can build those units fairly quickly now. So I really should start working on getting those. Yeah, this is still Mononesia, so it's entirely reasonable to build those. Let's get those two. I'm going to speed up population growth. Locust swarms. Gross. Oh, neat. They arrived at basically the same time. Okay, where's a good spot? Here-ish. Okay. It also gives me a decent amount of reach inland, so. Okay, regardless of whatever happens, that's the best. You, and you need a bank. There. Also a water tower, so I can build a water pumping station later. There you are. Let me handle things, okay? I'll get to building press agencies. Okay, a new resource, neat. Center for Cephalopod Studies, okay. I can only build so many of them. Yeah, one of the interesting things is that with C2C is that there are certain buildings that you can only build so many times. They're pseudo-limited. They're not national wonders, but you can only, say, build one every 4 cities or something. Those centers are one of them. The requirements for the Center of Cephalopod Studies was lower beforehand. But it was 3. But then I built one, and now it's 6. So it has increased.
From each according to his abilities, to each according to his needs.
I don't have time this session, but I think I should talk about that next session. Marxism. Sure. Okay, I would lose a trade route but get a free specialist. Corporations have no effect. Less food production and less commerce. As well as less culture and less gold. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm just gonna stick with egalitarian. Okay, I'll handle the city management and call it for this session. Yeah, next time I'm going to talk about Marxism. Oh, that can't be controversial in any way, shape, or form. So, anyway, tradition. Maybe it's here? Yeah, heritage giraffe. Just build it immediately. It's only 1450 production. You can handle that in a single turn, right? Easily. I mean, 438 is over, so it's literally just a one-turn build. That can turn to dye factories. I'm not gonna bother. Sure, why not? Press agency. Photography studio. Dry cleaner. Do I want to build one of these? Sure. Sure, Sistine Chapel. Let me get more. I want to build... I want more culture from specialists. Because that would help. Oh, these are fine. Should be fine as well. Okay. You need to head back to here. So I can pick up the next batch. Okay. I have been continuing to avoid thermodynamics. I decided it would be fine to drop Plato's Academy, which is why I researched journalism. I'm probably going to go for telegraph and meteorology after I've gotten labor unions. Maybe realism? I mean, I'm not using the Odeon. That's a Hellenistic one, so. Opera House. Yeah. Sydney Opera House, free Opera House in every city. Cool. Free theater in every city from the Bolshoi. Ooh, that's a very good one. Yeah, I think I'll go for that after labor unions. Then, psychology for expressionism. Well, I'm gonna need, that's elixirs and tonics. I'm going to need organic chemistry at some point. No, I don't actually need organic chemistry in order to get all the way up there. Really? Because it must be antibiotics that requires that. Yeah. Utilization, fire brigades, statistics, elixirs, tonics, nitroglycerin. I guess it was because I clicked antibiotics that I assumed I needed that. Okay. It's not important. Yeah. I very much want electricity. But... yeah, it's just this, Leonardo's workshop. It gives plus 25% science, and plus 1 production from engineers in all cities. It's not something I want to give up. Not for a while. Which is why I'm putting it off. Because 25% science in a city is really good. But that's not enough. That's not enough to make me really 100% want to put it off. But plus 1 production for every engineer. Like, I've got 11 engineers in the city. That's 11 less production. I mean, sure, once I finally get everything set up, it's going to be even more production, but that takes time. So, yeah. I will be getting a great person in Goth soon, though. As expected, it's probably a great engineer. Free engineers. Yeah, my engineers are buffed up enough by Wonder so that they consistently get picked first. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.